Hey guys, this is Dr. Frisch. Just want to answer a couple questions from our talks that I still have to go over. So these are questions that people had put forward from the talks that we were doing that they still had questions on after we did our, I believe it was our last nutrition talk. So the first one is actually not a question, it's a comment, but I do want to read it. It says, totally changing our diet since your first talk, getting used to eating more protein. I've never eaten so much protein. I feel less bloated because I'm eating less and less processed food. So we talked of importance about adding in things and not focus so much on taking away. So this is an example of someone adding in more protein, and then hopefully things like the processed food are starting to fade. So that's a great example of that, so I definitely wanted to go over that. Can you give me a list of restaurants that serve grass-fed beef? That's a tough one. The more local the restaurant, typically that's the ones that are going to have more of the local varieties of grass-fed beef, organic or free-range chicken. So you just have to ask the servers, the chefs and whatnot when you go to different places if they do have. That's the best answer I can give for that, because it does vary a lot depending on the restaurant that you go to. The last one, it says understanding dopamine. What are good sources, bad sources, or goal levels? So again, understanding dopamine. So dopamine is what's called a neurotransmitter. It basically signals between neurons in our brain and allows them to fire properly. A lot of people think of it as the reward and pleasure neurotransmitter, and it is that, but to say it just does that would be a disservice, because it's involved in a variety of functions, from emotions and a variety of functions in the body. So it has a huge, huge role. What are goal levels? I wouldn't say necessarily the goal level. That'd be actually hard to even detect. Good sources, bad sources. Things you can do as far as for dopamine is exercise is a huge thing. Definitely don't get addicted to things. If you're addicted to things, it actually decreases your dopamine response. Being organized in your day, that's a good one for dopamine. Meditating is another great thing for dopamine response. Things that create stress definitely decreases that. Because the thing is, if it was just as easy as saying, hey, I can do all these things to increase my dopamine response, something like Parkinson's, which is a major deficiency of dopamine, you'd be able to cure someone technically of Parkinson's, but it's a lot more involved than that. But those are some good things you can do to increase that almost feel-good response for the body. So hopefully those help. We do have another talk coming up at the end of the month that's going to be on cancer. This is actually probably my favorite one of the whole year. This talk is so critical because right now statistics show anywhere from 1 to 3 or even higher as far as statistically people will encompass or have some type of cancer at some point in their lives. So being aware of that, you need to be proactive when it comes to something like cancer. What do I do to be able to prevent it? If I have it, is chemotherapy and radiation the only answer? Or is there other things I can do to be able to help myself? So we're going to go over a lot of that. In addition to that, we're going to talk about different strategies to use for yourself and for others. You know, if there's other people that are suffering with cancer, or even to be able to educate them on how to go about finding ways to help themselves. So hopefully this helps, and I look forward to seeing everybody soon. Oh, also, sorry, one thing, the talk on cancer is going to be Monday, April 26th from 7 to 8 p.m. And we're going to have it right here at our office. So look forward to seeing everybody there.